Alright, hello everybody. Very last second stream here, but a stream no less. I'm Palidore. This is VR Master League. This is Season 3, and this is Week 1. Day 2 to be specific. But yeah, just happened to get on to check the schedule now after taking care of other stuff, and I was like, oh, we got a Master Tier game going on over in EU. Thus, well, I had to be here, of course. So, with that said, we have ourselves the returning Nantes Esport facing off against Tempo. Now, obviously, some extremely well-known faces on here. After all, this is Master Tier. And so, yeah, here we go. Welcome to the stream. I'll be your solo caster today. Again, just because this was literally last minute. I got on just as it was starting, and well, excited to see it. Get an EU cast going on as Stody gets a very nice 3 to start it off at no time at all, just 8 seconds into the clock. It's a wild start right off the bat. What's up, Sweet Tooth and Ali Kawalbear up in there? Good to see you. One of the rostered members, I do believe, of Tempo, is that right, Ali? I think, if I was looking correctly. But that said, here we go, another joust and another turnover. There's Sundance, so return of the Sundance Kid, good to see, as Stody looks for the second goal. Just like that. That is 2 hot ones to start off, 11 seconds in. Defoliate Rex also stop it in. Lord of War, G-Dog, hello to everyone. Just Phantom. How you guys doing? And Sweet Tooth, will you cast me? I don't know if you will you cast me? You should cast one of my casts, see how that works. But yes, I'm also sure I will. As always, we'll cast everyone. I know you're being kind of, tongue-in-cheek, but question has been put up a lot, and indeed, we cast and we cast and we cast until there's no more cast to cast. And Woodchuck's to chuck, as Charlie looks to chuck that disc right past the goal. Couldn't quite make it, but Swift is there for a rebound as well as Alikos. Now they're going to spread out across the floor. Frogio is there in the area, sends it to the Bowtie. Now over at Bowtie, there's Ninja Knights. Just juggling it around and waiting for the defense to be baited out. Now they enable this shot, but look at the save from Stody. Stody, the hot start, not only on the offensive end, on the defense as well. There's Stody again. Stody just doing a little bit of everything, all by his lonesome. A little shot fake and whirl around and juking into the oop. It's 7 points for Tempo, and Stody is feeling hot. Definitely in tempo, in rhythm, and doing everything on every end. Wow. And with that, got ourselves a pause break. Nicely played, though, so far to start out here for Tempo. Pause just very brief, it looks like. Stody maybe crashing? Or out of headset, either or. Looks like that's what the issue was. And indeed, there goes Stody. So, playing so hot that he crashed his computer, apparently. Testament to the first 3 minutes or 2 minutes of this game. I see OK80 hopping in the chat as well. Ali cheering on that save. Definitely nice. Pawn Stream, what's up? Welcome to the stream. What's up right now is a Master Tier match here between Nantes Esport and Tempo. Again, a fairly last minute one, but couldn't resist. Saw a master match, and gotta check it out, especially the first one to my knowledge that has been played in this region thus far. We did have our first stream of the day yesterday. It was an EU match. Trying to recall, Chameleons versus Neo, I think? Let me check. Sounds about right. And indeed, yeah, Neo versus Chameleons yesterday. That was streamed here around the same time, actually. But yeah, had a good handful of streams yesterday. We had 2 Master Tier matches in NA that were played. One between Redshift and Joker, and another between Wrath and Spaghetti. Joker and Spaghetti winning those matches, respectively. Yes, see Sphinx in there. Got a shout out Sphinx, one of our new casters and creators, but been helping out very awesomely for us casters as a kind of sideline casting role in a sense, of more of a match moderator almost, as in organizer, not a league mod, but you know, very, very helpful has been Sphinx. Kind of spoiling the casters by keeping everything straight so we don't have to juggle as much, but yeah, gotta shout out all our new casters, sideline casters, creators, a lot of people contributing to the efforts here this season, and I'm definitely hoping to show, you know, like on the constant side of things especially, the fruit of those labors very soon. That said, Stody, what's wrong with this man? What do you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Because right now, he is on one! In fact, he's on 10! 10 points for tempo. And, oh, that's right, the stats were wiped there. Gotta check my Ignite instead, I suppose, but, man, Stody has just been killing it. All 10 points for Stody thus far. Ridiculous start. So that said, tempo, of course, just as a whole, I mean, you can see, regardless of who's shooting it, they're fast. They are bothersome. Right now, they got another 3 points, and this time, Sundance getting his first few points on a VRML stream in a good while. And like I said, good to see Sundance back. Great to see Sundance back, in fact.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, already got 50 viewers up in the chat, which again, super nice to see. Impressive, in fact, given that the stream started, for that matter, a few minutes after the match was supposed to start. So, yeah, glad to see it. I mean, the hype is definitely real. Even yesterday, in the majority of our streams, averaging well over 100 viewers on Channel 1, as right now, Ninja Knight finds their first one. So, good snag, and turns it into a open goal. Ninja Knight 93, good to see Ninja here. If I recall correctly, made the first appearance in VRML way back in pre-season 1, about a year and a couple months ago. I want to say Team Summit, if my memory serves. Pretty sure. But yeah, Ninja Knight starting his career there and then making his way into the Master Tier, which is always fantastic to see. As we will get Froggy-O with a first goal for him as well now. Froggy-O, another great defender, of course, inside the goal, but can also get it done in the front of the rim on the other end. So, tempo up to 15. We have still 5.5 remaining. A really high scoring output for tempo in this first round. See, just told me, asking about the Echo Pass and whether that's confirmed. Well, I will just tell you, yes it is, as Sweet Tooth also says. Ready at dawn on their channel, as hold on, channeling a 3 maybe for Froggy-O, but just off here. Sundance Kid looking for it, Stody as well. Stody finding Froggy-O. One more pass, oh, the save though from Alikos. Look at the defense. Makes no sense to me. I couldn't do that, but Alikos certainly can and will every single time that he's streamed. Or not streamed. But yeah, Ready at Dawn on their Twitch channel, they did a kind of developer Q&A and thing over it a few weeks back, kind of detailing Echo Pass. At the moment, though, Aki getting past the defense, Aki Nut, that is to say, and 17-2. Again, reaching already, I mean, they're near 20 points, and we're only 5.5 minutes into this round. This is one of the faster starts and bigger starts that I think I've seen, just offensively speaking. So Swift, really good thread over there to Ninja. Ninja trying to hit Charlie, I believe, as he was cutting, but couldn't find it. Alikos still there in the midline. Now they're going to find Charlie this time. Charlie getting it to Swift, and Swift right past the hands of the defender. Almost got there in time, but Swift, well, too swift, and I only did that because, well, Swift would. But good job on the assist from Nantes Esport to get themselves right on the board once again here. And only 16 seconds into that shot clock, for that matter. So Sundance passing it over to Froggy-O. Froggy right back to Sundance. Bit of a two-man passing game being played there. And Akinut being assaulted immediately by the chains. And Alikos, there's a clear, there's a boost with Ninja Knight. They get stuck a little bit and split up. But it'll still be Alikos with a disc. Immediate fling and just missed. Unfortunate, that would have brought them up to 7 points, just a 10-point differential with that. And, you know, 10 points with 3 minutes would have been very doable. But now instead, it's Aki Nuts. Another goal to bring them up to 20. So it's 4-20, and tempo is smoking right now. So, let's see, the joust here from Charlie. Less than 3 minutes left. That 3 definitely hurts. Again, had they made the 1 on this end, would have brought it to just a 10-point differential, and that would have been more than doable to come back from with 3.5 minutes left. But with this turnover again, I mean, maybe another chance at tempo to get something going as the brawls unfold in the back line, and then in the mid line, well, more brawls. It is Brawlhalla here, as Sundance receives a disc over at Station, but gonna bounce it over to Aki. And it looks like maybe at this point even a little bit of stalling if they can. That said, Charlie retaining the disc and now will be sent to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight finding that midline pass over to Swift. Swift has to be careful here because there are 3 players in the general vicinity, and Alikos is going to be able to retrieve it off of the bounce. Now bouncing it back over to Charlie, and a good read from Charlie here. Now to find the cutting Swift. Swift assaulted, doesn't matter. Vaulted for the goal. Stody not happy that got past him. Swift, though, certainly is. It's 6 points now on the board for Nantes.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Steezy saying, tempo's playing aggressive. They definitely are. As reflected here on the scores, Addison Mays hopping in the chat. Hello. May the force be with all of us today, and with Nantes Esport as they try and close out this round strong so they can come back even stronger in the second round. You know, the 6 points for Nantes have all occurred in the latter portions of this game. So, in a sense, you know, building that rhythm towards the next round, if nothing else. Trying to get back on the defense here. Akinat a little bit past his hands, so Charlie going to be wise, disciplined to avoid, you know, the initial stun, just going for the leech instead so they can grab the disc. And now Charlie's going to sling that over, very narrowly missing, rebounded by Swift. Swift stunned right on the windup. Ninja Knight is there to contest. Sundance receives that disc and tries to clear it, just bounces off now as Frogio and that stack is able to get it back, and now you can see they're regathering their chains here. In fact, all 4 players from Tempo trying to get back in a blazing fashion. They do, but Alikos as well as Nantes Esport, they're all there for a recovery, and now will be sent back to Charlie. So another attempt, this one a little bit less online than that first, but Ninja Knight is there for the cleanup recovery, and 8 points for Nantes Esport. Definitely starting to find it. 30 seconds remaining here in round 1.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, yeah, clock is winding down. Obviously, the comeback is not going to be there, but all 8 points, as far as I recall, I believe were scored in the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so. So, with that, it's a good indicator that Nantes could have a very strong second round where, you know, once they see that 0-0 on the scoreboard going into it, they'll be able to reset not only the score, but just reset their whole play and just say, you know, it's a new day, new round, we can force us to a third with that. But Tempo just playing extremely well off of that, especially hot start from Stody with some saves and the first 10 points for Tempo, scoring half of that output and all in the first few minutes at that. So definitely impressive stuff there. But once they hit that 20 mark, you know, Nantes start coming back and started making them score a little bit less efficiently than they were before. So over to the score screen again. Stats, credits, and thanks to IgniteVR.gg. Of course, Team Ignite, one of the longest-standing veteran teams of this league, and continuing to make some seriously awesome tools. Franz and the things, his responsiveness just this week alone has just been nothing short of awesome. And the work that he's done on IgniteBot, along with, you know, VTS and FAR and, you know, Wolf, Duel, all of the Ignite members. But the work that's put into the Ignite website and the work that's put into the Ignite bot, especially these last few months of off-season, I mean, really nice changes and quality of life things being added to it. So a lot of appreciation towards that. Now, mind you, I think the stats here, it looks like once Stody crashed or actually had not been retained. So Stody there definitely has 13 points minimum. I believe anyways. Or 10. Something like that. My math might be horrible. I don't know. You know me how it is with math and mathematical time and mathematical numbers, stats, all the redundancies. Anyways, over here it's going to be a second round launch. Looks like it'll be taken by Tempo eventually. They're going to get that clear out of there. And right in control maybe for the recovery. There's the open goal. Could it be a 3? Just bouncing off the side instead. Looking for a similarly hot start as they did in round 1. So Stody calmly sending it over to Aki. Aki calmly working it up the floor. Now there's two defenders there, but splitting the defense for the passes. Oh, a thing of beauty. Frogio to Akinut. Perfect pass. Perfect flourished finish. Fancy. National Agency also stopping by in the chat. Another one of our numerous new casters that we're really happy to welcome onto the team here this year. Alikos with a bouncer over to Ninja. Ninja slow and a little bit too slow. Would have been a nice way to, take an advantage early on in this round, but still yet they might have a chance here at a recovery and won't be too out of it. Only 2 points going Tempo's way, so just gotta be careful. And that said, Frogio, another grab and another fling that's just going to miss, but there's a rebound, and that's why it's just so costly. The first opportunity not there, but giving up that kind of speed, it's just... Yeah, Tempo is all over the floor. They are fast, they are aggressive. Alright, so Alikos over to the midline now. The stack, there's 3 different players. And that's a goal fadeaway shot, just missing. Might have rushed it just a little bit. So missed opportunity there for Nantes. But that said, opportunity given right back to Tempo. So Stody, the pass gently over. That's a really nice trio of passes. Make it a 4th. Aki, one more. The team play there. Insanely impressive. And not only that, but just, it's so calm. There wasn't, it was all short range, but there was nothing forced. There was nothing, too hard to catch. It was just really soft, easily catchable, and placed in the right area. The players there keeping fast enough on the off-disc movement, that they didn't need to be juking around defenders too much. They just kept moving even when they didn't have the disc, and that opened them up to get some nice, calm passes underway. That said, trying to sink that shot, but Aki not saying, nope. And now right back into the other side. If that goes in! Oh, man, it does! Now Alikos looks like might have just grabbed it at the very last second to turn it into a 2. See the dangers and yet impressiveness that you see with those kind of clears these days. When goalies get these saves around the goal here, they're very aware, to hit these walls on the side, the walls, the tunnels, give them a good chance of making those scores on the other end of the floor. Simple geometry after all. It doesn't matter if it's 80 meters deep or it's 8 meters deep. If you, get a bounce halfway between you and the goal, you're going to give it a decent chance of actually going in for the goal. And that's what you see so many teams, especially in Master Tier now, but really a lot of tiers prioritizing whenever they go for clears, Instead of those straight wild ones, they'll find a bounce that gives it a chance to score. So Frogio with the disc here. They're up to 9 points kind of in a hurry. The first minute or two, it was only the 2 points, but now starting to bombard. Now a quick pass will be missed there. Aki with a recovery. It's going to be sent right down the tunnel. A really good clear as the brawls unfold. But it will ultimately allow non-esport to recover with a whole lot of time. Alright, so Ninja Knight with the disc here at the midline. Sundance going to approach. Sundance missing the punch, and might as well. Didn't need it, but definitely Sundance there, just kind of bothering that midline. Like I said, good to see Sundance, because last time, that I saw him and streamed over on Phantoms, and always liked watching Sundance's game, because even though he's a person who can score very well, just all around a very good teammate on the floor, in terms of getting the passes and being in the right position to enable his teammates to score. Kind of a glue player, but can do pretty much everything that you would ever need someone to do. That said, Frogio and Akinut produce another 2 points for Tempo. There's 11 now, up to the double-digit advantage for Tempo halfway through, roughly where they found themselves in the first round around this time point. Alright, so roll out, and Charlie with the disc trying to make a connection over to Swift. Swift, great string of passes along here, but the defense from the stack now. Frogio and Sundance, I believe, is now Akinut and Sundance going for the stacks. But you see, not allowing too much time, to concentrate on those passes or really make those moves. Just because the moment they catch them, just like that, you see, the moment someone catches the disc, there's always a stack seemingly there to bother, and that is the case oftentimes with European teams, and especially at the master level. It's just so very quick as Charlie sticks their first 2 points in with 4 minutes remaining in round 2. 11-2 on the scoreboard. So again, this is, in a sense, kind of mirroring, actually, the first round. Very close. It wasn't until the latter halves that Nantes was able to score their first couple points, and then they started picking it up from there. So the question is, can they do that again? And can they do it even more efficiently than round 1? Because they'll need to, for sure. So with that, Nantes Esport, let's see, it causes a turnover briefly, but Stody eventually receiving it back off that pass, and now it's going to be slung out to the station. Another turnover here for Alacost. And Alacost trying to underarm it over to Charlie, but the defense definitely bothering, kind of forcing the underarm pass as opposed to maybe an overhand one. That would have been the preferred method. As Sundance just missing, can even see throw his head back a little bit, knowing that he missed it once it left his hand. But of course, they're still in good position, and he's not going to worry. See, just waiting for the teammate, waiting for that extra pass. But read beautifully by Alacost, able to nab that and send it. So Charlie immediately knows to pass it to Alacost, so good communication being had here. A quick crossover, perhaps, but stun from Akinut, and it's going to allow Frogio to get that disc once more. So I like the communication that was had there from Nantes Esport, but the same way from Tempo, because they just made the right dive, and, you know, off the dive and the stun, they also had someone in that midline, the passing lane, to recover it. So that's two different important things, and coordination is so very important on offense or defense, but especially defense. You know, where you got to make sure your lanes are covered, because if one person is playing fantastic defense and having good coverage, but then the other player, as Ninja Knight scores their 4th point here. But point is, if you don't have your backup defender, someone in the mid lane or otherwise, you know, available for the back pass, or available for the stack, or available for the lane cutoff, then all that good defense individually, well, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's a very team-rated aspect. Whereas with offense, obviously team play is important, but you know, you can still have these one-on-one ISO plays at time and still have them pay off. But with defense, it's less the case, except when it's a head-on save in the goal, basically. But with that said, Akinut passing it over to Frogio. The open lane couldn't convert. Second a chance, same results, unfortunately, there. So Ninja Knight receives that disc. They have 1:45 remaining for Nantes Esport to make a late-game comeback and almost a ding-pack into the goal. That said, bouncing it back over to Ninja. So still in possession, but the time definitely starting to play to the disadvantage as another narrow miss. So definitely need to get something going rather quickly. 1:20 left. I think for Tempo, their best interest at this point is just holding on to it. You know, if they got a good lane and they got a good shot attempt, go for it. But otherwise, at this point, they really just need to hold it and hold it. Because with that, they'll be holding themselves the victory in about 60 more seconds. But a good stun from Swift, so trying to keep this door open. But again, I'm not sure the time is there. I mean, they basically need to score nothing but threes, and they need to do it fast with a bouncer trying to meet the stack. And actually will get to Charlie, but the angle a bit too tough. So good idea, but the angle just wasn't there for them. So 40 seconds left, and it's looking like this will be the round and series in a sweep to Tempo. Nantes Esport, though, still trying to get some points on, of course. In terms of MMR, the point differential does matter slightly. And I do mean very, very slightly, but nonetheless, of course, you do want to score generally as much as you can for those little extra added points, even if a match result is already guaranteed. You know, keep playing until the buzzer, of course. So Sundance trying to do just that with a pass, but a good dive out from the chains, Charlie and Swift. And Alacost setting it clear, and a few more seconds, maybe one more score. Nope, it's going to be denied from Aki in the midfield. And that will do it for this match. 11-4. All right, over to the round stats. Again, courtesy of Ignite, and again, keeping in mind that it seems like that the stats weren't retained after a crash from Stody there. Normally they do retain the stats, so maybe a little bug or something in the old system, but not a big deal. Stody with 5, and then add on the other 10 or so that he scored before. Me and Stody had quite the game, but with that as well, Frogio putting in 2 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, 10 stuns. You had Sundance coming in with 6 points, an assist, a save, a steal, 23 stuns. Akinut 9 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, 17 stuns. So a really nice cohesive effort from their team. Everyone contributing something in pretty much every category. And then for Nantes Esport, Alakos had those 3 nice saves in there, and one of them even a tough one on that full court clear. Just barely stopped it from going in, but still turned it into a 2. But Alakos always a great defense, and 21 stuns. Had Charlie putting in the 2 points, 3 assists, 28 stuns. Ninja Knight with 6 points, 1 save, 13 stuns. And then Swift with 4 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, 3 steals, and 14 stuns. So definitely a stat sheet stuffer was Swift today. But just, yeah, not quite able to convert as much. I mean, you can see even on the shot attempts, not a substantial differential. I mean, a bit of a differential, but not substantial. But it was just a lot of the threes that ended up making that wide gap in the score sheet, basically. All right, but with that said, let me check real quick. I see chat asking what the stream status is for following matches. I got in this one literally as it was starting. I hadn't had a chance to go look at the schedule today, so this one was literally last minute. And not sure what's all going on the rest of the day, but of course there'll be more streams later. I can just about guarantee that on any given day. So 1 sec here. Alright, so yeah, just checking. It doesn't look like there is another match right now. There's a couple-hour gap until there's some more matches starting for the North American side. So yeah, this will be kind of a solo singular stream. But we will be back, I'm pretty positive, at some point later on in the day for the North American branch of games. So do watch out for that, of course. VRML.com or VRMasterLeague.com, either or, both work. But go check that out. In fact, I'll post a link in the chat if you want as well, just to see the schedule. And of course, if you're on the Echo Discord, you can also kind of see games as they're scheduled happening there as well. Or use the bot command to see games. A lot of different ways, but in any case, yeah. So good games there to Tempo. And thanks to all you guys in the chat for stopping by. See Citizen George with a follow. And some cheers from Wade Games, 15 bits 18 minutes ago. Thank you for the cheers. See Gale Level, as well as OK80, Steezy, Frogio, all following. As well as, let's see, Osiris and Lizard a couple hours ago. So thank you guys for the follows. Yeah, we just hit that 2K mark during the Snowflake Cup, I believe. First day of the Snowflake Cup, we hit the 2K follower mark, and a couple weeks later, in between that and the start of this season, now we're up to over 2,200 followers on VRML 1, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. A lot of people coming in. But alright, so until the next stream, whatever that may be, this has been VR Master League Season 3. I've been Palidore. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other. And yeah, we'll see you again very soon.
We're underway.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.